Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here. In today's video, we're going to be doing something pretty fun. I'm going to be revisiting a boss that I haven't done in over 3 years, but one that really got me started with EOC and one that got me my first billion gold in Runescape. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as we're super close to 35k, and I'll love you forever and give you a cookie once we get there. Without further ado, and all joking aside, let's get into this video. So back when EOC was released, I know a lot of people quit RuneScape, but for me, I really loved my account. I was really attached to it. I had pretty good stats, and I was open to new combat. And while I missed the old days, I was excited to at least try out EOC. I remember it like it was yesterday. It's a very vivid memory for me. The first boss I ever killed on EOC was the Chaos Elemental. I went there to duo it with a friend, and we both brought Royal D'hide and a Royal Crossbow, and we were trying to learn what it was like to range in EOC. I remember we also got a Dragon 2-hand drop, which I think was like 1 mil at the time, which actually wasn't too shabby back then. Now after this, I was hooked on RuneScape 3 and EOC, and throughout Araxor's release later on in 2014, and then the God Wars 2 release in 2016, that's when I really started to get into PvM and RuneScape. I had max combat, and the one boss that was my main goal to kill that I always wanted to learn was a boss called Telos. At this time in 2016, it was the hardest boss in the game, and the enrage and streaking mechanic was something very new and challenging. I have some screenshots and even some funny videos from my time learning Telos during 2017. So it's kind of funny to look back at these pictures. These were from 2018. I bet I have some from like 2016 somewhere, but this was actually my final and last orb I've ever gotten at Telos. Orbs took me generally a very long time to get. I got the Warden title, and I would usually streak from 0 to 600, which doesn't sound like much, but back in 2017, this actually felt extremely hard for me. I did get my last orb at a very low enrage. I always feel like I got my orbs at low enrage instead of like when I actually streak to higher enrages. But the funny thing about this picture is just looking at like the gear setups and everything. So as you can see, I have Tectonic, but this was when like Flare Frost boots were the best in slot. And then EOF was not out at this point, so I had Amulet of Souls. It's also funny, the Limitless Sigil was actually an equipable item in the Sigil slot. It was not an ability, so I had that as well. And you could actually repair it and sell it, which I think I did eventually. My kill times were absolutely the slowest kill times under the sun. I think as you can see there, I also used a yak. It's really just funny to kind of look at how my like ability bars have changed, how equipment has changed over the years. It's just, I think, yeah, I had a Noxious Staff there, Maniacal Ore. It's just fun to look back at these pictures, but this was my last orb at Telos, and I think I had over 1,000 KC, and this is when I got my third orb, which is quite a while for an orb set. I also got a Dormant Staff of Sliske. This was also back in 2018. Now the thing about this that sucks is back in like 2016, 2017, so only like a year prior, the Staff of Sliske was actually over max cash at one point, up to like 3 bill. It was one of like, it was what we think of the FSOA today, or what we think of, the endgame weapons like the Bow of the Last Guardian. Staff of Sliske was the ultimate weapon for magic, and essentially this was over a bill at one point, the Dormant Staff of Sliske, but I think I got it a little late, and mine ended up going for a lot less, but it's still interesting that item prices can change that much. So it used to be 1 bill, and then this picture you're seeing is when I finally got my orb set in 2018. I ended up having a Zeros God Sword, I believe. Actually, no, I did not get a Zeros God Sword. I bought the Dormant Zeros God Sword, and it was actually extremely cheap at this time. But as you can see, an orb set was almost, I think I made like 950 mil profit on an orb set, and this orb set was like 2 years in the making. So this is the first billion GP item I ever got on RuneScape 3. The biggest, I guess it's not a drop since you get 3 orbs, but it is the biggest profit I had ever made on RuneScape 3 up to this point, and it made me a billionaire in the game, which I wasn't before this. So this was one of the biggest moments for me. It was videos before I made YouTube videos, of course, a whole 2.5 years before I started making them. But this is a screenshot that I love and a memory I'll always have. And basically since then, I really have not done Telos. I've done a few kills in like 2020 for a Road to Party At video, but basically since then, no Telos, and I thought it would be amazing to revisit it today after not doing it for 3+ years and seeing if we can maybe get a drop. I'll be using a whole different combat style, and I think it'll just be fun. And I thought I'd include this in here too. Excuse the beeps because I was swearing a lot. This was back in 2016 or 2017. This is a Snapchat video I sent to my friend. I was on a Telos streak and I disconnected. Are you kidding me? I just DC? Alright, so we are headed to Telos, and I honestly had no clue really what to use, as I've never ranged Telos really before, and I really only know the setup and strategies that I used in 2018, which, 5 years of strategies, it has definitely changed a lot, so I probably will not be doing like anything correctly, but I got my gear out, and I also got dread nips because I know they were good back in the day there, and I'm assuming they're still good seeing as you can stun Telos. But yeah, I really kind of mess with the setups a little bit as I went on, so you'll see it kind of change a little bit throughout this. I decided to use a Ring of Death, which, as you'll see later, is kind of something very, very weird happens with it, which is interesting. But at the start, I thought that would be good in case I, signed. I would have kind of that extra life, or I'd have that extra life and then I could sign. So I decided to start off at 500%. Looking back, I don't know why I did that, but I did. And in this clip, you'll notice, I believe, that I am not overloaded. So I was hitting some zeros and I was like, okay, I know Telos has kind of some bad defense there, or some tough defense there, and you have to use like reckless and stuff. But I was hitting a lot of zeros and I was almost dying like every second here, as you can see. Again, not overloaded. I do notice that, and I do overload, as you can see here. I say, oops. And yeah, the first phases really, like right there, I still hit the hold still, so it's kind of like memory there, muscle memory, even 5 years later. And the BILLIONARE, I think I was still hitting pretty decently too, but my problem was I kind of forgot the whole rotation of how everything went, and I forgot just how hard Telos hits you. Like, Telos hits you so hard compared to other bosses when you up the enrage. P3 was always kind of one of my favorite phases. It's a pretty easy one. You kind of just go into the red beam, you throw out a dread nip, and you just start DPSing as much as you can. There I got lucky and disruption shielded the hold still because I wasn't ready for it, because again, I kind of just like forget the rotations and stuff. There I missed the BILLIONARE, but I resonanced it, so we're all good. But P4 is the phase that I've always hated and I still hate. So the minions are just super annoying. I did not really remember how to deal with them. As you can see, I'm getting absolutely dump trucked by the font here, and I kind of, it's kind of just like one of the phases that you'll see my food. I went there with almost a full inventory of food, and then you'll see as this phase goes on that I just eat so much food here, killing the red minion here, and then I believe I get the so much power, and I vitality pot it, which is something we didn't have back in the day. Could have also disruption shielded that as well, but I think it might have been on cooldown. And now we're on to the final font, and as you can see, the inventory of food is basically gone. So we're going into the last phase with like no food, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna get this. Like, I haven't done Telos in so long. There I sign and my Ring of Death goes off because I'm just panicking with no food. So I feel like, hey, right here, absolutely zero hope that I'm going to get this. So I go to the green beam and I'm like, okay, I'm like no health, so I have to cade. There I am, no food, no health. So I cade, put on the chins, kill all the minions, and I'm back up to some decent health here. And I believe that the virus, I think I got the green virus, which was pretty lucky, seeing as that we were on the green beam. But then I go to the red beam and I kill Telos somehow. I don't know how I got it, but there we go. First try, 500%, and not smooth at all. Probably the most shady kill you've ever seen, but hey, we actually ended up getting it. So I ended up kind of continuing here and doing a few more kills, and we actually streaked quite well. We did 3 kills in a row, which for me being so rusty and haven't done Telos in so long, I was actually pretty proud that we were able to do this. Of course, the loot's not that great, but the main things you're wanting is the uniques, and since we're not at super high in rage, we don't have a very good chance at those. But sadly, the next kill, I actually ended up essentially just running out of food on the last phase. My ring of death went off, I was getting bled, and I just ran out of food. That's kind of my main struggle. P5 was actually much easier than I thought, but it was P4 that I was struggling with ranged a lot. But then I decided, hey, we're gonna keep going and see if we can push our enrage. Alright, so since we died at 522%, any normal person would go and start maybe a little bit lower, but I'm gonna just go to my highest in rage, because why not? So something I decided to do was I decided to go and get out the Blood Reaver Familiar. I honestly don't know what's the best thing to use at Telos nowadays. Telos is poisonable, so Blood Reaver should do like a little bit with the poison splats from Cinderbanes and stuff. But the main thing is I can actually have these scrolls that can just constantly heal me with the Blood Reaver. So the problem was I just eat a lot of food on P4, so I'm hoping that this can help, but I guess we shall see. Alright, let's go in for our highest in rage ever. 721 I guess is my highest in rage. Again, it's been 3, maybe 4 years since I've pushed in rage. So yeah, this is, I noticed my kills are a lot faster than they were back in 2018. That's for sure, but never ranged Telos, so it is a little bit different here. So we'll see how it goes. I honestly don't know what to think. I'm kind of afraid. Okay, that was the magic onslaught, I think. So he should be doing the hold still now. Right? Yeah. Okay, we hit that. Nice. A mage. Oh, there he mage. He's faking me out. Okay, well, it's fine. I keep forgetting I have the familiar to heal, so I probably should be spamming that. Probably should be. Let's get those heals in. Okay, go here, use a dread nip, and then just start DPSing. Let me throw a Vuln Bomb, SGB spec, DPS, DPS, DPS. Okay, the BILLIONARE. Okay, at least I still kind of have that down. Phase 4. This is where I eat all my food. So we'll see what I can do, but this is the one that is just annoying for me. Oh, I'm gonna die here. Okay. Should be the BILLIONARE, yep. Okay, come on, DPS. Kill him. Okay, we're in. We have used a lot of food, but maybe we can be fine here. I seem to have been struggling with P4 more than P5. Oh, well, we got volcanic, so that is a great sign. Great sign here. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to Cade. Okay, that's fine. Let's kill all those. Hopefully. Okay. What's the virus gonna be? Okay, maybe we already got the virus. I didn't even notice. Oh, we hit our ring of death. Well, we still survived. We didn't even sign. New highest in rage. I kind of forgot I was on higher in rage. Okay. Oh. I'm pretty sure that is rare. Onyx. I can't get it because my ring of death is just going off. Okay. Continue challenge. Continue challenge. I'm gonna die. What the heck? I'm gonna die. No. Continue. Come on, game. Telly, no! Wow. The ring of death, even after the kill, keeps going off. Well, that's annoying. But we wasted our sign from that, but we at least did it. Wait, what happened? I got trolled. Wait, I continued the challenge. The enrage of Telos has increased by 10% up to 731. I continued my challenge, and then I died to the ring of death in Telos, and now it's saying that I lost my streak, even though I killed Telos, continued the challenge, and then died afterwards. Well, that was interesting to say the least, but I'm happy that I did get my new highest enrage this video, and it kind of gives me some motivation to try to get up to past 1000% enrage. I know that's when the boss gets extremely hard and gets some new mechanics once you get to that 1000% enrage point. So maybe for the next road to party at, we'll try pushing up to there. But all in all, this video was a lot of fun to revisit kind of, you know, some of my old screenshots, some of my old memories, and then also try the bus. It really got me into RuneScape 3. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was kind of a bit different of a video, but I thought it was pretty fun. And yeah, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this and if you want to see similar style videos, and I'll see you all in the next one.